This is the AI News Flash for August 7th, 12 p.m. UTC. First up, Bloomberg reported on the 7th that the U.S. government has begun a systematic review of how Chinese AI firms are accessing Nvidia chips from overseas. The work is being done by the division that normally investigates violations of chip export controls. But the focus this time is not smuggling. It is the legal workaround. Chinese companies renting computing power that physically sits in a third country and using cutting-edge GPUs that way. The trigger is a run of Chinese technical breakthroughs achieved despite the restrictions. The Financial Times has reported that Alibaba and ByteDance are training their newest large language models in Southeast Asian data centers. Back in May, the Commerce Department already moved to close a loophole that could let Nvidia's Rubin and Blackwell chips and AMD's MI350X reach Chinese entities located outside China. If you can rent the compute by the hour, blocking the shipment of the chip itself is not enough. American Export Control is now trying to extend its reach from hardware in transit to computing power sold as a service. Second, Cloudflare reported second quarter results and raised its full-year outlook on AI-driven demand. Shares jumped more than 16% in extended trading. The revenue for the quarter ended June 30th came in at $696.1 million, above the analyst estimate of $665.5 million. Adjusted earnings were 29 cents per share against expectations of 27 cents. The company lifted full-year revenue guidance to a range of $2.86 to $2.87 billion, up from $2.805 to $2.813 billion, and above the street's $2.81 billion. Full-year adjusted earnings guidance rose to $1.25 to $1.26 per share, from $1.19 to $1.20. Its drivers are its AI product line, AI Gateway, Agent Cloud, and AI Crawl Control. This is the AI build-out showing up as demand for network security and infrastructure, and landing directly in the numbers. Third, an AI-assisted research system has uncovered novel HTTP attack techniques and a zero-day vulnerability in Apache. It was built by James Kettle, director of research at the security firm Portswigger. The system is called HTTP Terminator. It ingested 138 HTTP and SMTP specification documents, split into roughly 15,000 fragments, then generated and validated about 30,000 candidate attack vectors. That produced several previously unknown desynchronization techniques, including a method called dangling byte that makes response queue poisoning more reliable. Scanning 30,000 websites turned up roughly 700 vulnerable targets, among them banks, government infrastructure, security products, and an airport. A previously unknown flaw in Apache traffic server was also filed, tracked as CVE 2026-63078. The point here is not that AI replaced the researcher, it is that reading every specification exhaustively changed the sheer scale at which attack surface can be searched. Fourth, U.S. network infrastructure company Zayo announced a partnership with Nvidia to significantly expand the long-haul fiber that AI infrastructure depends on. Zayo is building more than 8,000 miles of new long-haul fiber along the fastest-growing AI corridors. That includes 6 brand-new long-distance routes, plus capacity upgrades across its existing network in 10 markets with heavy demand. Vladimir Troy, Nvidia's vice president of engineering for AI infrastructure, said that as AI systems grow, the network connecting data centers is becoming just as important as the processing power inside them. The gap between compute demand and available network capacity keeps widening. Stacking more GPUs does not run an AI factory on its own. The bottleneck is moving outside the building into the fiber in the ground. Fifth, Alpha School, the private school network that puts AI at the center of teaching, is opening a second Boston location. At the same time, allegations from former employees have surfaced. The second campus is in Jamaica Plain, with tuition of $60,000 a year. The Beacon Hill campus opening this fall costs $65,000 a year and starts with 25 students, expanding to 50 the following year. Jamaica Plain is already close to capacity, and a third site in Lexington is under consideration. The network runs 22 schools nationwide with roughly 500 students. Alpha says students complete core academics, science, math, and reading in about 2 hours a day using AI-driven software, leaving the rest of the day for real-world skills like entrepreneurship and public speaking. Former employees, however, say the AI curriculum can be flawed, and that recordings from the software used to monitor students were not securely stored. Parents have raised concerns about screen time and the thin research base for using AI as the primary teaching tool. School committee members also noted their discomfort at approving a school with no ongoing oversight. That's all for this AI News Flash.